All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Brous. Welcome to my office hours. Thank you all for coming. Lots to talk about tonight. I cannot believe how much stuff there is. You know the drill. Please do connect with me on LinkedIn. That's linked to my link tree. Subscribe to my Substack. You know where to get in touch with me. You know the North Star here. The marginal cost of cognition and creativity is dropping to $0. That means we can do anything for nearly nothing. Okay, maybe not yet, but eventually. Um, what else? So this is interesting. I like this. I find this really funny. Did you know that it has been 1,079 days since ChatGPT launched on November 30th, 2022? Well, it has. So we've now entered a new era of human history. I call it Anno Intelligentiae. This is you've heard of AD, BC, AD, and you've heard of BI. Well, that's before intelligence. This is the years prior to November 30th, 2022, and now we are in the age of Anno Intelligentiae, the age of AI. This is years after the release of ChatGPT. So 2017, which was year five BI, which was the year that the paper "Attention is All You Need" was released by Google, and today we are in year three AI. So that's the new AI, the new era of human history. And again, just going to put this out into the universe. My class is hopefully running again next semester in the fall. What is it? No, not we're in the fall. Spring. I can't speak. So please keep an eye out for that. If you know anybody who's interested in taking this class, spread the word. I'd love to teach more people. Okay, straight into the news. GPT 5.1 was released, a smarter, more conversational chat GPT. So they've got instant and thinking. So their most used model and the more advanced reasoning model. Reviews are coming in that it's pretty darn good. We'll see how that plays out. Whoops, what's going on here? More stuff from OpenAI. 8 unique chat styles are now in your ChatGPT personalization tab. So default, professional, candid, quirky, nerdy. Really? Nerdy? Nerd. Nerd. Never ever really developed. Like, I am not sure if I'm like, that's brilliant or insulted. I don't know what to do or how to mentally process that. So you now have personalized tone in your ChatGPT. Why do I feel like I'm going to just like fall in love with cynical? We'll come back to that one. Okay, and then again, Sam Altman, who's got something to sell, announcing GPT 5.1. The intelligence and style improvements are good too. Thank you. Love it, Sam. Okay, also understanding neural networks through sparse circuits. So they trained models to think simpler, more traceable steps so we can better understand how they work. This is important to understand how these technologies function. So another paper coming out of OpenAI. Fighting the New York Times invasion of user privacy. Okay, so in my class, we've talked about copyright law. We've discussed the issue of how the New York Times is currently suing OpenAI. And at the moment, every single conversation you have with ChatGPT or their API has been on a legal hold. So this is important news that was released yesterday. I'm actually going to copy and paste this and put this into the Zoom chat so everybody actually has a copy of this handy. This is worth a read so you understand what you're giving up when you use Chat GPT. They are fighting against the New York Times. What was it that was really the important thing here? Oh, I know what it was. The API users are not part of this. So that was actually really good to see. So that at least we're seeing some protection there. What were the other points that I had on this one? I had some notes here. Yeah, they uh I do think that this is a massive invasion of user privacy, by the way. The fact that the court was like, yeah, we want to see every conversation that any customer has ever had with ChatGPT. And that was part of the like that, huh? I have no say in that. So the fact that I may or may not have uploaded my health documents to ChatGPT to get some insight on it, the New York Times has access to that. The New York Times lawyers have access to that. And I'm just against that. So hopefully this will get resolved. Otherwise, I might actually be forced to cancel my New York Times subscription if this goes further. Okay, World Labs. We're talking about this. Marble from World Labs. This is Fei-Fei Li's company. They finally released their first product for a spatially intelligent future. So this is their new website, Unleash Your Creativity with Marble. And there's lots of stuff here, actually. I scrolled down to the bottom there. Sorry, World Lab Spatial Intelligence. Um, Click to explore, and spatial intelligence transforms seeing into doing, understanding into reasoning, and imagining into creating. This is fantastic. And we've talked about world models before here. It's kind of like playing a video game and you getting to go around it. So I logged into Marble here. And you've folks have seen this type of user interface, and you can kind of like see the different worlds that you can explore that I believe other people have created. And I clicked on one of them so that we can just kind of see here that this is what you're dealing with. So you are literally playing in a video game. This is like WASD type stuff here, but this is a world model that has been created for us to interact with. I haven't logged into this, but you can actually prompt this. You can do all sorts of stuff. I have not explored this yet. Rhonda, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, I have a question. Why are they only going after ChatGPT? Why not go after
Oh,
Claude? Why not
they
go?
I think that's a good question. I thought that they were ongoing lawsuits there, but the one with
Right.
OpenAI
Why
was.
is this one like, why are they being targeted? Why aren't they all being targeted?
I think they are. I feel like they are. I feel like the New York Times did in fact sue uh, Anthropic.
And also all the other generators. I mean, there's millions and millions of apps out there. They should be just going after everybody.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Oh no, it looks like the New York Times did not sue Anthropic. Just
Right. And that
New
seems
York
to
Times.
be like kind of prejudice.
Well, I mean, because you don't know if Anthropic actually did in fact use the New York Times, so that there could be some evidence that the New York Times actually
Is
hacked.
that their
Yeah.
is that their complaint that their information was somehow used by
Oh yeah. Oh
ChatGPT?
yeah. Copyright infringement. That's
Oh,
that's
so
the whole thing. Yeah.
that's what their
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very
That's
much.
why that's why this is happening. Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
thank you.
Good question. Thanks, Rhonda. Okay, so this was Fei Fei Li's massive uh Substack thing. Um oh yeah, Thomas, that's correct. The complaint was that that ChatGPT, that OpenAI used their system to find a way around the New York Times firewall and committed copyright infringement on training and access. The problem that I see with I going back a while, I saw one of the New York Times complaints, and it was like we entered the article into the prompt, and then we asked it for the article, and it gave the article. It's like I couldn't understand how they thought that would be good. So I'm amazed that the court that this case is happening. I understand it because they have to protect their copyright, but I'm not for it at this point. I still think training models is fair use, no matter what. Anyway, so this is just more stuff from Fei Fei Li and the world models. Ron, do you have your hand up still? Was there anything else you wanted to say? I'm going to lower your hand. Okay, she got it. Okay. All right. So spatial intelligence, definitely something you should be paying attention to. Out of Google DeepMind, SEMA 2, an agent that plays, reasons, and learns with you in a virtual 3D world. So this is kind of in that same vein there, where you're just playing through this
This isn't a
world.
person playing a video game. It's Sima 2, our most capable AI agent for virtual worlds. Worlds that are complex, responsive, and ever-changing, just like ours. Unlike earlier models, Sima 2 goes beyond simple actions to navigate and complete difficult, multi-step tasks.
So lots of stuff going on in these virtual spatial intelligence models. And the use cases of these things are fascinating. Everything from just simple entertainment, but to also training models and really giving these tools the ability to understand the world that they actually exist in. So definitely pay attention to these types of world models. New paper from Terrence Tao on how they used Google's Alpha Evolve to attack 67 different high-end math problems. So yeah, they're having success with AI in frontier math. Not surprising there. Anthropic just released disrupting the first reported AI orchestrated cyber espionage campaign. This is important. Pay attention to the security. If you or anyone you know are building agentic AI pipelines that are consumer facing or even internal for your employees, the cybersecurity aspects of these things are very, very important. So how the cyber attack worked, intelligence agency and tools. So there are big issues in terms of securing these systems. And if you have a large language model open to a person or another agent, another AI, they can pound on that and find a prompt injection and break through. So the hypothesis or the question is it ever possible to secure any of these things? I'm sure there are people working on this. So kudos to Anthropic for releasing this information. This is brilliant. I love this. I didn't know that the Onion had an actual print newspaper, but the Onion, the sarcastic news, uh, had a advertisement for Adobe that says, "Experience the magic of buying new software every month forever." And I just resonated with that. And yes, I'm working towards slowly canceling and extracting myself from the Adobe Creative Cloud. Actually, I should, in overtime, I'll show you what I did. I used Adobe Portfolio for my personal website, and I used AI to recreate it. It works. All right. Anyway, OpenAI developers GPT-5 Codex Mini is again one of their new models that they just released. Allows roughly 4 times more usage than GPT-5 Codex at a slight capability trade-off. And I thought it was a price reduction too, but I don't remember what I read there. But yeah, slight smaller model, slight degradation, and 50% higher rate limits. Yeah, better, faster, cheaper, safer. OpenAI, AI progress and recommendations. AI, excuse me, is unlocking new knowledge and capabilities. Our responsibility is to guide that power towards broad, lasting benefit. This is an article that came out about their mission. Way to go, OpenAI, to at least try and restructure the business and stay positive and forward thinking. Google Research introducing nested learning, a new machine learning paradigm for continual learning. We've talked about how the current state of the art large language models have a knowledge cutoff date in their training. So if you have a model and you ask it about something that it wasn't trained on, it's going to hallucinate. It's going to lie to you. That's one of the hallucination problems, which we're working on solving as well. Really, the model should say, "I don't know," as opposed to, "I'm going to make something up." And so we're not at the stage yet where these machine learning models, these transformer models, are capable of learning in real time. We're starting to see the first steps in this continual learning paradigm where ultimately we're going to get into a super intelligence where everything you do with the model, it's going to be able to learn more and more and more. I have no idea how we would deal with privacy issues at that stage, but I'm fascinated by this. So we're not there yet, but we're getting there. We're starting. Nested learning. Fascinating. Another announcement out of Google, Ironwood TPUs, general availability, and new Axion virtual machines to power the age of inference. Google's got new chips that are like, was it 2 to 4 times better? Yeah, 4 times better performance per chip for both training and inference workloads. So Google has their own chips to compete with the NVIDIAs of the world. Big important stuff. Oh, and this was an analysis of it. The big deal is that many are not realizing if it can do all reduce across 9,000 TPUs, it can run much larger models than NVIDIA's NVL72s. What that means is you could get 100 trillion parameter model size. So if the scaling laws are true and we can get to 100 trillion parameters, Google's on the in the running to get there. So that's fascinating. It also means that if they can build a 100 trillion parameter model and it doesn't go exponential, we know we might have found a possible plateau on the current state of architectures, the transformer architecture. And we might need to have another algorithm, another direction. Also from Google, unlocking multispectral data with Gemini. When we say multispectral, we're talking about like other things than red, green, and blue. We're dealing with other wavelengths of light. So they've been able to make it so that researchers in GIS and satellite imagery can now be analyzed nicely. Congratulations, Google. You guys are kicking butt. Oh, also, we've shown Mixboard from Google Labs. It's another user interface for generative stuff. But they now have annotations in Mixboard, so you can select what you want and prompt it. What was the other thing? Yeah, doodling. You can add multiple elements at once, and it can recognize the composition and place your additions in the foreground or background to match your vision. And I've shown you this before, the birds with googly eyes. I've not used this tool, but it's another thing that's out there for us to play with. So cute. There we go. Google Mixboard on the list. Okay, Ernie. Yes, Ernie. I'm looking at you, Ed. Another model from Baidu, the 4.5 vision language, 28 billion, active 3 billion thinking model, a breakthrough in multimodal AI. I think this opens, maybe not. Was it this one? Yeah. So we have a new model. It's small, it's good, it's fast. I just want to show you the relative benchmarks here. So Ernie is this blue one, and you're comparing it to DeepSeek, their older model, and Gemini 2.5 Pro. So understand this is small, this is tiny, and it's at this state-of-the-art level model. So yes, it's behind, but it's insanely small. So something to keep in mind as these things are getting better, faster, cheaper, and safer. Uh, Great stuff. And again, Ernie, and like a few days later, they released Ernie 5, which allegedly is beating GPT-5 performance on charts, document, and understanding, and more. Ed, I don't know how to mentally process this, considering who you work for, man. I'm assuming that this is some level of infringement, but I don't know if it is. So yeah,
It's probably pure puppet and safe.
it's probably right. I don't know. I don't know how to process this mentally anymore. I'm done. But Ernie 5 should be something that we need to keep an eye on. Visual understanding. So state of the art. Gemini 2.5 Pro versus GPT-5 High. Visual generation. It's matching these tools. So I don't think this is open, by the way. I because I think that they are. This is a big model, and they are. Look at the prices here. Like this is just it's pennies on the dollar that we're dealing with. Yeah, Ernie 5, 85 cents for a million input, $3.40 for a million output, compared to GPT 5.1, which is $10. This is like how do we compete with near free at that price point? It's going to be real tough for the West to do this. We're going to have to stay in front of these models. So this is going to be a competitive, highly competitive landscape. And just the more charts on X. And this is just a few days later after they released their Ernie 5 preview. This is from November 7th. I'm like, oh, okay, this is important for this week. Nope. They've just released. We bypassed the preview within a week and released the actual model. Okay, this was Elon talking about the harness the power of the sun and galaxy for compute. He is definitely. I don't care what people think about him politically. This man is a true genius. I would love to work for him. I just putting that out in the universe. My God, Elon, if you're watching this, man, hook me up. Uh, this is the vision for humanity that very few people have, and that have the ability to actually execute on. So regardless of what you believe or what your opinion of him politically, this is we have no choice but to do this. Like, this is the future of life on this planet. So very forward thinking, very good vision. Um, Anthropic invests $50 billion in the American AI infrastructure. This is also very important, something that we need to be taking into consideration. Yes, there's that risk of the AI bubble. Absolutely. We should be paying attention to that as well. But at least Anthropic is now putting some skin in that game. Y Combinator, funny, I've been watching YC a lot more than I used to lately. They are backing a lot of these really innovative companies. Animations are often the best way to explain a concept or tell a story. Making them is an absolute nightmare. Having used Adobe After Effects a few times in my life, I completely agree. So Wafer, I'm not trying to pronounce that. I hope it's Wafer, lets you direct animated videos shot by shot with complete creative control.
It all starts with a spark, a single spark of creativity. But how do you share that spark and turn it into a concept that clicks, a design people can feel, or a story that moves us? This is the unique power of animation. It's a universal language, the bridge between our imagination and the real world.
So we get that. And here's their website. Turn your ideas into animated videos. So again, the risk is that the reason why we as creatives and designers need to pay attention to this is because this is traditionally something that you would go and hire a motion graphics artist who's an expert in After Effects, who's an expert in Cinema 4D, or a handful of Adobe tools. And now create a flat 2D animated image of a glass. And show a small bird drinking this juice. And the bird flies in. Understand the world we currently live in, so that if you are a motion graphics designer or artist and you are paid to do this for a job, what does this platform do for your career? How do you use this platform with your skills, with your taste, with your knowledge, and still make money when the person who's hiring you to do that has access to this? That's the replacement effects that we keep talking about, I keep talking about for years. Folks, we need to pay attention to this stuff because 2 years ago this didn't exist. Now it does. And this is version 1. Where are we going? We have to pay attention to this. Oh, $35 a month for 600 credits. Yep. That's what we have to pay attention to. I love this. I got it. I don't know how to process this. All right, I'll just tell you. A woman has married her AI.
And then the wedding. Klaus seems to be right in front of me. Ogasawara has prepared AR glasses. They exchange rings. Kano understands that dependence on AI is a problem in society, but she says that it's painful to have a relationship without dependence. Most people probably say that humans are weird, and it's still not widely understood.
Oh no, I agree. Almost all humans I've ever met are weird. And so, and funny because I've asked my students, what are the forever jobs? What are the jobs that are going to go away? And everyone kind of like narrows down on that, like officiant. Like I'm always like, I want to be married by a person, and then this happens and throws away my complete, understanding of what it means to be a human anymore. So I wish them the best of luck in their lifelong marriage. I don't know how to process how the kids are going to come out. Anything's possible. And we were debating like, what does the divorce look like? Because I think at some point he might file for divorce. And then what? He's going to get custody. He's going to get spousal support. I don't know how that's going to work. Anyway, I wish the happy couple many years. Teaching AI to see the world more like we do, also more stuff out of DeepMind in terms of the world models. But this one, this was not a world model. This was restructuring the data, I thought. Yeah, so this is an aligned classifier versus an unaligned classifier. So they're exploring new methods to control and get understanding out of the vision models. I need to read this. I haven't read this yet. That's on my list. Matthew McConaughey and Michael Caine team up with 11 Labs for AI-generated versions of their voices. This is, if you are a famous person and you are recognizable, in the age of AI, this is what you should be doing. You should be licensing your likeness. You should be licensing your voice so that platforms can create using your voice. Now, again, I don't know the terms of this, but I'm sure that 11 Labs has got some governance on the words that are coming out of the model, so that that it's not for adult content or it's not for something inappropriate. I would hope that those use cases are protected. But then what happens here is Michael Caine and Matthew McConaughey, when they pass, the assets and the value of their persona and their voices go to their estates. So this is potentially generational wealth that we're talking about for their families. So something to also keep in mind. McConaughey's voice is currently not part of the marketplace, but hopefully they will. John Wayne, Laurence Olivier. Yeah, good stuff. Oh yeah, here's the full list of celebrity voices. Michael Caine, Liza Minnelli, Art Garfunkel, Shoeless Joe Jackson, Alan Turing. Good stuff. I like that. Okay. If you're currently taking my class, you're going to be reading this towards the end of the semester. I have not put it into the async, but this is a new paper, a new survey report from McKinsey that just came out, The State of AI in 2025, Agents, Innovation, and Transformation. I think I have the slide up here. Almost all survey respondents say their organizations are using AI, and many have begun to use AI agents, but most are still in the early stages of scaling AI and capturing enterprise value. So most organizations are still experimenting. The success or failure, a lot of the success or failure has to do with where they are experimenting and how they are experimenting. If you are experimenting with modularity, great. If you are not, you're in trouble. You should also be using an ambidextrous approach and doing the experimentation in a separate business unit. That's my advice to incumbent businesses. High curiosity in AI agents, positive leading indicators on the impact of AI, high performers to use AI to drive growth, innovation, and cost. Redesigning workflows is a key success factor, and differing perspectives on employment impact. So yes, there will be some impact on employment. Kaggle, this one I'm putting into the Zoom chat. Actually, let me put the other one into the Zoom chat as well. This is important for everybody to read. There we go. Kaggle, wait, wrong one. Here we go. Introduction to agents. Google had some training going on. I've not read this yet, but this is a white paper on an introduction to agents. This is going to be probably my weekend. Based off of this table of contents, I think I know most of this stuff, but self-evolving systems, collaborative multi-agent systems, model, tools, yep. Orchestration layer, agent deployment and services, agent ops, agent interoperability. This is the stuff you need to know. Google Coscience, Scientist, and Alpha Evolve Agent. Yep, that's my weekend project, I think. Gemini 3 Pro and Nano Banana 2 could launch together. I am sick and tired of these rumors. It is ridiculous. So we saw how Ernie 5 just released and it's now on par. Okay, I want Gemini 3. I want Nano Banana 2. And I'm hoping they'll come out very soon, because if they come out before the end of the semester, then my hypothesis that we are in an exponential effects world, because like we didn't have Nano Banana, and then by the end of the semester we have Nano Banana 2 kind of a thing. Yeah. Very exciting. So this is also another important paper that I think is a repeat. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this to folks here, but from Dan Hendricks, a definition of AGI. So they've gone through a bunch of models and they've analyzed them, and they're looking at these different metrics of knowledge, reading and writing, math skills, I should say, reasoning, working memory, memory storage, memory retrieval, visual, auditory speed. And they, you can see where GPT-5 and GPT-4 compares. There are a bunch of limitations with this paper and their methodology, but what's also critically important is they've now basically provided what I like as a good definition of artificial general intelligence, and that is an AI that can match or exceed the cognitive versatility and proficiency of a well-educated adult. Now, based off of this graph, they are saying that AGI is not here yet. I kind of disagree. One of the reasons why I disagree is because they are not looking at the economics of this. They're not looking at the comparative advantage of an AI versus a human in a job or a role with a bunch of tasks. Today, right now, and they also, they didn't really look as well as I would have liked on the agentic AI stuff. So if you were to wrap GPT-5 or GPT-4 into a fully functioning agentic AI pipeline, then how much more of this stuff goes away? Because if you give it a bunch of chances, a bunch of shots to understand something visually, it'll eventually get it right. The other issue that I have here is, yeah, these models by themselves, if you have a conversation with ChatGPT, with GPT-5, and you open up a new window and a new conversation, there's no memory. It doesn't remember what happened in the previous, it has amnesia effectively. Yes, That's kind of how it is right now. If you don't want it to have amnesia, you need RAG, you need some context, engineering and working memory. That's the context. That's the context window. So there's some limitations to the paper, but it's fantastic that they've actually said this is how we're going to define AGI. Um, I guess also the other problem is, and I think it's actually, this is a perfect example, memory storage is zero. So GPT-5 and GPT-4 have zero memory storage, but they're saying that memory storage is a requirement. I don't. I don't think so. I think that that's not a necessary requirement for AGI that can match or exceed the cognitive versatility of a well-educated adult. I think we're past that at this point. Again, my opinion. Notebook LM now has more features. My favorite, one of my favorite AI tools. Rolling out today, you can now create your own custom video overview styles by typing in a prompt in the customization box. Oh, that's great. I'm afraid to play with that. No, I'm not allowed to play with Sora, and I'm not allowed to play with Notebook LM video generation. Measuring political bias in Claude. Again, we've talked about the biases in this. So Anthropic is training Claude to be politically even-handed, but they wanted to measure this. Very smart. Constitutional AI, that's the thing. I saw this. I don't know what's happening here, but Flux 2 from what do you call it? Black Forest Labs. So Flux 2 beta. This came out yesterday. Like where I want to see. But then there's no news on it on their website. So but this is Black Forest Labs. Once it's out, it'll be out on all of the model aggregators, I'm sure. Hunyuan, the training code for Hunyuan World 1.1 World Mirrors released now. Excuse me. 3D reconstruction within seconds. So this was one of their examples. I tried to run it, but it looks like it didn't work. It might take too long to do. I was trying to play with it earlier. Loading data, 3D Gaussian splatting. Bunch of examples. I'm going to pass this. Moving on. XAI quietly dropped a massive update for Grok 4 Fast. This was the other day on November 8th. So 2 million token context window. Yeah, it's unbelievable. 20 cents per million input, 50 cents per million output. Unbelievable. Way to go, XAI. LTX Studio. I know several of you have been experimenting with their model, LTX2. They have this LTX Elements. Makes it ridiculously easy for same face across every shot. No need to constantly upload references. And there's this nice tutorial on how they went about doing this. I really do love it when companies are showing people how to use their tools. And try it today. LTX Studio. Wait. There we go. That's LTX. Love it. Cam Clone Master. I found this from SIGGRAPH Asia, enabling reference-based camera control for video generation. So the Cam Clone Master, a framework that enables users to replicate camera movements from reference videos without requiring camera parameters or test time fine-tuning. So if you've got that shot in a movie that you want to recreate, okay, here you go. This is a tool to make that happen. Camera controlled image to video generation, camera controlled video to video regeneration. Just awesome stuff. More tools that we get to play with. So camera reference, their version. So that's the camera move. Yeah, beautiful. Incredible. Just incredible. All right, Higgsfield video face swap is live. So yeah, more of these things, but video face swap. So if you've got your shot and you want to replace it, there you go. More tools to do that. Free pick, introducing camera angles. I thought this was from one of the Nano Banana tools. Or Nano Banana. Shifts between Nano Banana and Quen. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So camera angle adjustments, we need that. Lucy Edit from Descartes AI. So this is one of their upres tools or editing tools. I forget. Editing tools. Yeah, sorry, go back. Yeah, this is on their API. Google Flow Edit. So camera motion edit feature in the paid version of Google Flow. So you can orbit down. I think I mentioned this previously, but it's another feature. Tongi Lab, this upscale LoRa. Actually, I think I have. Did I open this? I didn't open this. So another upscaling tool, enhancing photography, fixing noise, and destroying JPEG artifacts. So more stuff that we need, and you can check out that upscale tool. Prompt sharing, because I always love to see what other people are doing. This children's book Mid-Journey style reference, which let me pull this up. I thought this was just really beautiful. Um, I mean, I feel bad if you're the artist who makes this type of style work because now anybody can prompt it, but still, that's the whole point. The fact that anybody with access to these tools can now create at a very, very high quality of craftsmanship. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. What else? Just won the second place at the Google Gemini Hackathon. This is what was this again? Atelier AI. Oh, sorry. Rhonda, did you have something?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to raise my hand. I just had a question because every
Yeah.
book I've ever read, when I open it up, it has the ISP number, but
Yeah.
every book also has a copyright.
Mm,
Can you have an ISP number without a copyright? Because if you design
I,
it with AI, you can't have it copyright.
I think so.
You
Because I
can
think,
do it without a copyright? You can have an ISP number?
yeah, I don't see why not. You don't have to register a copyright to publish a book.
I've never seen a book without it.
But the ISBN, that's the books, that's the barcode number, right? I don't
It's
know.
the no, it's the Registry of Congress.
No,
It's
the ISBN number is like the barcode that you see on the back of the book.
Yeah, but it's registered with Congress. That's what the
Is it?
number is.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not my area of expertise. If anybody knows, put it in the Zoom chat because now I'm curious. But I don't think you need a copyright to publish a book.
Yeah, because I've never seen a physical book without a copyright in it.
Well,
That's why
again,
I'm asking.
but again, so like again, copyright is just to establish that hey, you have the copyright, you've registered the copyright with the Copyright Office, but the ISBN number is about the publishing of it. So I don't
Mm,
know. That's a great
okay.
question, Rhonda.
Thank you.
I don't know. You always ask me questions that I have no idea how to answer. Genius. Humbling. Thanks, Rhonda. Anyway, where were we with this? Yeah, so fashion designers, cursor for fashion designers. Um, uh, another thing out of Y Combinator. Is this really? No. But tool allows the designer to take the idea from a sketch to a technical drawing, 3D render, and finally a visualization of the garment on the runway. I've had a few students who are in the fashion industry. This is something that they should be paying attention to. What was this? OV, twin backbone cross modal fusion for audio video generation. Another model that generates.
Breaking news. OV 1.1 now generates.
Oh, what happened? Really? I reloaded this earlier.
Mhm.
Never works. Let's try it again.
Breaking news. OV 1.1 now generates full 10-second videos. It's fully open source, free to download, and ready for commercial use. Back then, we only had 5 seconds. Pure chaos. Now it's 10, and I still forgot to blink. OV upgraded, and somehow, so did I.
So first things first, we're going to do.
So again, understand why would I pay for state-of-the-art models if I can just edit, just create, just ideate with something that's free, local, on my own workstation, come up with the rough edit, come up with the rough cut, make the movie, show it to the studio and say, this is my screenplay, this is my story, here's my rough edit, greenlight me, give me the millions of dollars, and we'll get Matthew McConaughey and Sandra Bullock, and we'll get them making a movie.
I should take the smell of
Sorry,
the
what'd you say, Rhonda?
too heavy.
I'm muting you, okay. Yeah, all right. So again, OV 1.1, fascinating that this stuff, who made this, by the way? I don't even know what company, where this is from. Character AI. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Unbelievable. And so my idea would be like, make your rough cut, then upres it with whatever character, tool you want to use. This is a great tutorial with Adobe Firefly using the new features they announced in Adobe Max. So Firefly boards, generate speech, soundtrack, video editor, no external tools, no editing software, just Firefly. And he goes through the process of how they did it. Absolutely fantastic. I love it when people share what their process is. Okay, so Nano Banana 2, again, more rumors here. So has Google's Synth ID enabled so that you can still take a screenshot, crop or filter an image with the invisible watermark, still be available to label it as AI generated with Google Lens. I love this. This is one of those societal protecting, like, is it AI or not? We're going to need this. So about this image, similar images are at least 5 years old. CNN projects Trump wins made with AI. And so Trump wins third term. Like, so we know that, like, we're okay with understanding this. I'm allowed to say this, right? It is fake. It's AI. But the fact that they're detecting it is just really important in the age of truth. I think. I don't know. Quen Image Edit 2509 Light Restoration. So this was somebody who had made a LoRa fine-tuned thing to go between these two models. So I'm not sure which was the before and the after, but I don't really care because they're beautiful. I'm assuming it's the one without the light, or is it the one with the light? I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. Still beautiful stuff. And you can play with it. I didn't play with it, but that's their website. That's their demo on Hugging Face. The photo looks better before removing the lighting. What's the point of using the scar? Okay, great. And then so another next scene Quen image LoRa. So a lot of people are making fine tunes and updates to these Quen image. So more tools, more video. Next scene. So you're just asking it for the next scene. Cinematic image sequences with natural visual progression from frame to frame. This model enables Quen Image Edit to think like a film director, understanding camera dynamics, visual composition, and narrative continuity to create shots that flow seamlessly into one another. We need this. We need this so badly. It's incredible. This is on FAL. What was this again? Upscale your videos. Right. So we keep talking about, like, these AI generation tools are not high enough resolution. We always need that. So somebody released this new upscale model, upscale video, sorry. Yay. I'm not going to burn tokens on that at the moment. Edit your reality with Runway. More stuff for those of you who are using Runway, one of the state-of-the-art platforms. And then again, another breakdown and a tutorial on how they went about doing it. Absolutely fantastic. What else? Where are we? AI is killing Hollywood. Yes, we know this. This is the Higgs field recast tool, voice expression, and even complex full body movement cloned perfectly. So yeah, grab your phone, record your action, and replace with another actor. Absolutely fantastic. Just, get permission, get consent. Consent is important. I don't like it that we're doing this to real people without their consent. Wait, is that from Contact? That's from Contact. Oh, wow. Oh, tell me they got oh, geez, they got the mirror right. Beautiful. Good stuff. Exciting. What was this? Again, more samples from pre-release Nano Banana 2. So image remastering examples, coloring and transformation, assembling an object. Gosh, this is going to be fun when this model gets released. Actually, I feel like I wanted to click this. Was this more stuff here? Yeah. Ooh, wow. Enhance this into a high fidelity remastered version. Assemble the original message from these torn and mixed up pieces. This is impressive. This is insane. Like, I gotta go back. If that's for real, like, imagine the games that we can now create. Imagine the things that we can now, like, ideate on, where we have a tool that'll do that for us. Generate a real world version of this. Add color to this magna and convert the text to English. Yeah, oh, exciting, so exciting. Anyway, moving on. GemPix 2 is now Ketchup. So again, these code names for these models. Hopefully, Ketchup will be what they call Nano Banana. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. LTX2 Pro, another tutorial on how they made this comparison with Sora and Veo. But I know some of you have been playing with LTX and not had a good experience with it, yet people are able to do it. So LTX2 Pro. LTX, oh, so this was the document that I wanted. I'll put this into the Zoom chat because I know some of you might find this useful immediately. Getting started with elements in LTX. So doing the character consistency, that keeps coming up in some of our classes and discussions. So it's like, okay, how do we get character consistency? We now have that with elements in LTX. So very important, very good to see. This was disturbing, but so awesome. Now, like that's eating the alien. Now, I thought the aliens had acid blood. That was supposed to like. So I don't know the practicality of this dish, but I'd eat it. I'd try it. You know, like it just. Anyway, Quen again another Laura for Quen edit. This was photo to anime. Just so cool. Love it, love it, love it. This was camera push in, Laura. Beautiful stuff. So here's the prompt: push in camera instantly rocketing towards the heart of a lavender field. Yeah, just great. Really exciting. Analytics advisor from Google Analytics. So if you currently pay an advertising agency to deal with your Google Analytics, yeah, AI. This was the Kriya AI. I know, I think Kevin, you mentioned this earlier that they have caved and they've now added their node-based workflow. This is the way. It makes so much sense to do this. You can split things off, you can replicate, you can make different versions. I love it. LTX2 prompt, dual layer motion, dolly forward with simultaneous vertical crane rise, epic Hollywood historical style, soldiers march. Yeah, like that's a beautiful establishing shot, right? Like that works. AI generated. Beautiful. Waiver. Who was it that said waiver? I think somebody gave me an email. Michael, did you send this to me? Waiver AI, next generation AI video generator. So we've got more. So cute. Actually, I want to see how this woman comes out. Beautiful. Food. Fireworks. Parachuting cats. Wedding. Yep. More tools. Love it. I mentioned SEMA earlier. This was from Google DeepMind. SEMA 2. I showed that already. Flora, color grading. This keeps coming up. Like, oh, I want to, do the AI color grade. Yep, we can just grab a reference. Here it is. Match that color grade. Go for it. Sorry, DaVinci Resolve colorists. Self-adapting language models. I think I mentioned earlier the continuous learning. More research in this area. Keep an eye on it. It's exciting. Grok 4 Fast, I think I mentioned this. DeepSeek reverts to NVIDIA for R2 model after Huawei AI chip fails. If this is true, this is really important. Again, Huawei is building their own AI chips, but allegedly they've had a failure, so DeepSeek had to switch back over to NVIDIA chips. We'll see how this plays out, affecting China's AI industry. Kimi K2 thinking. We talked about Kimi K2, so new model. Latest, most capable version of open source thinking model, starting with Kimi K2. We built it as a thinking agent. So great metrics, I think. Good metrics, right? Open source model. Grok is still doing better. So GPT-5 high. That's the leader. Yeah, good stuff. Quantization is not a compromise. It's the next paradigm. So we've talked about how ways to compress these models and make them smaller. Quantization is one of the ways of doing that by reducing the bit depth of each of the neurons inside of the model. So in this case, this int4 quantization format. This is an interesting post on how to make that stuff work. And why this is going to be important. Researchers isolate memorization from problem solving in AI neural networks. Basic arithmetic ability lives in the memorization pathways, not logic circuits. Good research on understanding how AI works. Prompt engineering urges, how do you pronounce this? Hermeneutic prompting as a powerful technique unlocking the true value of generative AI. I don't know what this is. I just saw this and I'm like, great, another way of prompting that's better, faster, and cheaper. Something I have to actually read. Leon, the company the organization that gave us many of the data sets that we train on, has an open source summaries at scale. So this is going to be very interesting to see a new data set for scientific knowledge, I believe. And then this was, I think, their, oh wait, was this not it? Inference.net small summary. I think this was it. That's the data set. And here's a data set explorer. So you can kind of see what the different data is inside of this. So if you are building data sets and you want to know what's in it, this is a nice way of visualizing the distribution of knowledge that's inside of your data set. So a few gaps, but pretty colors. Kimi K2 thinking takes back the open weights intelligence frontier for Chinese AI labs. Again, we've talked about how China, the Epoch AI research shows that they're about 3 months behind state-of-the-art models. So better, faster, cheaper, exponentially fast. I mentioned Ernie earlier, leaderboard update. So again, Kimi K2's high ranking. Baguettotron, a 321 million parameters generalist small reasoning model, trade on 200 billion tokens. So good small models, new architectures, things to keep in touch with. Transformers and mixtures of experts in LLM to explain visually. This was a nice little video here. I thought this was really cool. Transformer models, mixture of experts models to try and explain the difference. Deep Eyes V2 towards agentic multi-model modals. So more papers that we should be paying attention to. So a new architecture that's doing text chain of thought for code, image, text, and then you ultimately get your final output here. So a new pipeline on dealing with that. Meta, omnilingual ASR, advanced automatic speech recognition for 1,600 languages. Thank you, Meta. Brilliant research. Weibo's new open source AI model, Vibe Thinker 1.5 billion, outperforms DeepSeek R1 on a $7,800 training budget. So that's a small model. So if this actually works, like this is the kind of thing that you could run on a small laptop, or, possibly we're getting into mobile device size here. So Jan V2 vision language. So another 8 billion vision language model that's really, really small. Haven't played with it, but it's there. Agentic Fabric. This is out of YC, Y Combinator. I forget why I pulled this. Single control plane for data permissioning throughout your entire organizations across your AI employees. Okta for agents. Oh, that's why. This was making sure that your agents have access to the stuff that they're supposed to have access to. Replit just added functionality to build AI apps with 300 plus AI models instantly. So no API keys, no setup. So you have access to all the top models inside of your apps. I have to really figure out how that works. Something I'm working on a project with Replit, so that we might need to use that like this week. Google Cloud, more ways to build, scale, and govern AI agents with Vertex AI Agent Builder. So they now have their own agent builder. good to play with. The era of agentic organization, learning to organize with large language models. I know I'm running out of time here, so I'm just going to skip through a lot of the academic stuff. LangChain, if you're building sandboxes for deep agents, so you want to test and make sure your agents run in a safe, secure, possible location. They've got the facility, the code infrastructure to do that. DS Star data science agent via iterate planning and verification. So if you are a data scientist from HBAP, this is something we need to pay attention to. Also, I saw this hit the news feeds. A country song, Walk My Walk, tops the Billboard charts. Of course, it was AI generated. Oh, this is fun.
5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on. Is that counsel for the case?
I generated.
So a defendant had an AI generated lawyer, attorney represent them in court. The judge didn't go for it. This is actually really cool.
I spent the longest time trying to figure out what this noise was. Had I filmed some background noise? Sometimes I listen to...
This woman is recording a video and editing it in Adobe Premiere of a sewing machine.
podcasts when I'm sewing, but no, I think it's just the enhanced speech. Okay, so this is what it should sound like when I'm sewing on the machine, when I'm editing. Wait for it. This is what the, I guess it's an AI enhanced speech thinks.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that for weeks now. So I just want to let you know I apologize. So if anybody hears me saying that, just understand where that came from. 11 Labs, Scribe V2 real-time, the most accurate real-time speech to text model, multiple languages, available through their API. 11 Labs, I love them. They are one of the top state-of-the-art companies. SoftBank sells its entire stake in NVIDIA for $5.83 billion. So if you're concerned about AI bubbles, the indicators are starting to show up. Yonsei University students suspected of AI cheating in online midterm. 50 students allegedly used ChatGPT. Professors threatened suspension for denials. Again, I think I've been pretty straightforward in my controversial statement that we should be requiring students to use AI and not using any of these AI detectors to because you can't prove your innocence. So lean into this. Don't ban it. Suno, this was the another AI generated songwriter, Xenia Monet, and this was an interview on CBS Morning. Fantastic promo for Suno. Again, more ARC AGI prizes. So Jeremy Berman reached 85% on his approach for under $10,000 and within 12 hours. Yeah, very exciting. Congratulations to Jeremy Berman. LLM data sets. What is a good data set? So if you're building data sets, nobody here is really building data sets, but OmniVinci enhancing architecture and data for omnimodal understanding LLMs. I forget why I picked this. Okay, moving on. Intelligence per watt, a study of local intelligence efficiency, something to also pay attention to because many of these technologies are energy constrained. So intelligence per watt, how much energy, how much intelligence are we getting, and what are some of the limitations of this, and where are we going? Good paper on that. Build AI workflows in seconds. So Fuser Beta, another product, another one, again, wired this stuff up. And then I love this little video demo here. I like the aesthetics of these shoes, generate something just awesome. And it's, asynchronous. I love the wired interface. I really do. I think this is really a smart way to work with these tools because you can fork things, you can repurpose inputs and outputs. Just smart. AI isn't replacing jobs. AI spending is. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Fast Company. United States employers announced 150,000 job cuts this October, the highest figure for the month since 2003. October layoffs were the worst in 22 years and hit tech workers hard. And last but not least, as we ended up, Verizon just laid off 15,000 people in November. So keep an eye on the disruptions that are happening. I think that was it. Yep, that is. So that's it for my office hours for tonight. I thank you all for coming. I'm going to stop the recording, but please do stick around for some overtime. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'll see you all in class on Tuesday or next week.